Hello, welcome to the Timmy James Show. This is part 2 of my 2-part episode about the whole Harvey Weinstein sexual abuse scandal. Just need to get back into it. While I'm doing that, quickly, I just want to say I just found out, as I just finished recording, part 1 of this episode, I received a tweet, like a notification, and it was from TMZ, and it's just been reported, and it's only new, it's only just been reported like 2 hours ago, the news only just broke, that John Dunsworth, actor famous for playing Jim Leahy on Trailer Park Boys, has just been found dead at the age of 71. Yeah, it's a real loss. Not only for everyone who's a fan of the Trailer Park Boys, but for like his family mainly. If you guys are listening to this, like especially my listeners in Canada, I reckon we should all just raise a glass, raise a little drinky pool for the little ship weasel. No, it's terrible. Yeah, absolutely terrible. I've only been a Trailer Park Boys fan for a year, like a little bit over a year. I started watching it last year with Sam, and yeah, he got me onto it because he's like, oh, like we were up smoking one night and we were looking for things to put on Netflix. We were looking for things to watch on Netflix, and we stumbled across Trailer Park Boys. Now, I'd heard about the Trailer Park Boys, but I'd never watched it. Like, I only knew of the Trailer Park Boys by name. But once I started watching it, my life changed forever. Especially when the first time I watched it, Stone, that completely changed my life too. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it's just a huge loss because, John Dunsworth himself, not Jim Leahy, but John Dunsworth, he was that good of an actor. He could play this raging alcoholic so well, but in real life he never drank and he never smoked. Like, yes, he probably did drink in real life occasionally, but he wasn't an alcoholic like he played on Trailer Park Boys. And that was all an act, but fuck, he did a good job. Especially for the episodes where he'd taken that extra mile and threatened to blow up the whole trailer park, or threatened to kill Ricky, or just basically causing shit that John Dunsworth, no, he was a true actor. Like, yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this Harvey Weinstein thing. Yeah. Because there's my iPad at the moment, it won't save history. It won't save yeah. I can't speak. Alright, love it. Okay. Back into it. All the people who spoke out against Harvey Weinstein. Anyway, while I'm searching for this, I'll let you guys in on what's going to be on future episode. I'll let you guys in on future episodes, what I've got planned. Because I've actually recorded, there's this one episode that I've recorded that I haven't released yet. And, no, I won't tell you about it, I'll just keep it as a surprise, but, I'll just let you guys know now that this episode, when I do upload it, please know that I'm doing it mainly for shits and giggles, not to offend anybody. Yeah. What, George? You want to say something on the podcast? Hey? You want to say something, buddy? Here, George. If there are any people out there who speak cat, hit me up on my website or on my Facebook or Twitter and translate what he just said. There we go. I found the article. Alright. Oh, it's been updated. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Yeah, there's been two more people who have just come out spoke out against Harvey Weinstein. First one, surprisingly, or not surprisingly actually, but Woody Allen has come out. And Woody Allen has just come out and said something. Allen received backlash after everyone said he was sad for everyone involved. Alright. Allen received backlash after he said he was sad for everyone involved in the Weinstein scandal. Tragic for the poor women involved. Sad for Harvey that his life is so messed up. Allen, 81, told the BBC, "There's no winners in that. It's just very sad and tragic for those poor women that had to go through that." The filmmaker has since clarified his comments, calling Weinstein a sad, sick man. He's more from Woody Allen. When I said I felt sad for Harvey Weinstein, I thought it was clear the meaning was because he is a sad, sick man, Allen said in a new statement to Variety. I was surprised it was treated differently, lest there was any ambiguity. This statement clarifies my intention and feelings. Oh, well, at least they've clarified that now. Now there's Arian Cotillard or whatever. I can't pronounce her. I can't pronounce the name. Sorry. Ariane Cotillard or whatever. The Oscar winner expressed respect for the brave women who have spoke up and are hopefully opening a new chapter. In an Instagram post, this is the time to unfold and deconstruct a horrifying system, wrote the actress. This is the time we women and men announce it loud so we can create a profound change and those terrifying things never happen again. And I've got to go back and find the Blake Lively one because that's where we're up to. I went too far. Viola Davis, Cara Delevingne. There we go. Alright, Blake Lively. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, there we go. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Lively says that she never had any negative experiences with Weinstein, but hearing that other women's stories has been devastating. That was never my experience with Harvey in any way whatsoever, and I think that if people heard these stories, I do believe in humanity enough to think that this wouldn't have just continued. She said, I've never heard any stories like this. I've never heard anything specific, but it is devastating to hear. She also encouraged people to listen to those who come forward with allegations of harassment and assault. The number one thing that can happen is that people who share their stories, people have to listen to them and trust them, and people have to take it seriously. She added, as important as it is to remain furious about this, it's important to also say that this exists everywhere, so remember to look everywhere. This isn't a single incident. This cannot happen. This should not happen, and it happens in every single industry. Oh, she's right there. Alright. Ashley Judd. Ashley Judd was one of the women who initially spoke out against Weinstein in an explosive expose published by the New York Times on Thursday. The actress claimed Weinstein showed up to their business meeting at a Los Angeles hotel wearing a bathrobe and later asked her to watch him shower. Ugh, yuck. I said no a lot of times, and he always came back at me with some new ask. Judd told the New York Times it was all this bargaining, this coercive bargaining. Alright, Rose McGowan. Although Rose McGowan, who reportedly reached a settlement with Weinstein after an encounter in a hotel room with him in 1997 during the Sundance Film Festival, declined to comment to the New York Times. She's speaking out against the Hollywood mogul extensively on Twitter since Thursday. Anyone who does business with is complicit. I'm supposed to say Harvey, but I didn't really say. She put one of those dashes or whatever. Yeah, it said spoken again. Yeah, business with is complicit, and deep down you know who you are. Even dirtier, cleanse yourselves. No, deep down you know who you are. Even dirtier, cleanse yourselves. Yeah, that's what it says. Alright. Asia Argento. I don't really know who this is. Argento is an Italian actress. Told the New Yorker that Weinstein allegedly performed oral sex on her without her consent. It just gets more outrageous as it goes down the list. He invited her, she claims, to what she thought was a Miramax party at a hotel. When she got there, she says only Weinstein was present and the gathering was in a hotel room. Yeah, and the gathering was in a hotel room. He asked me to give a massage. I was like, look man, I am no fucking fool. Argento told the New Yorker, but looking back, I am a fucking fool. I am still trying to come to grips with what happened. After she reluctantly agreed to give him a massage, he pried her legs apart and forcibly performed oral sex on her. Argento claims. It wouldn't stop, she said. It was a nightmare. What the fuck? How is this man walking around and he's doing shit like this? It's fucking bullshit. She said she stayed silent for years out of fear and feelings of responsibility. She says, and later had consensual sex with Weinstein multiple times because she felt he would ruin her career if she didn't. Oh, poor girl. The thing with being a victim is I felt responsible. Argento told the magazine, because if I were a strong woman, I would have kicked him in the balls and run away. But I didn't, and I felt so responsible. Gwyneth Paltrow, the queen of goop herself. In an interview with the New York Times, Paltrow alleged that Weinstein, who gave her what would end up being her breakout role as a title character in Emma, harassed her at the beginning of her career. She said that he invited her to his room at the Peninsular Beverly Hills Hotel for a meeting. After she arrived, she said that he placed his hands on her and suggested they move to the bedroom for massages. She said no and left. I was a kid. I was signed up. I was petrified. She told the Times of the experience. Later she told her then boyfriend Brad Pitt of the encounter. Pitt spoke to Weinstein about the alleged incident, and Weinstein screamed at Paltrow. She said, telling her not to talk to anyone else about it. At the time, she felt she was expected to keep the secret. Paltrow decided to come forward because she wants other women to feel less alone. We're at a point in time when women need to send a clear message that this is over. She said, this is a way of treating women ends now. Yeah, this way of treating women ends now. Angelina Jolie. Isn't that ironic? They mention Brad Pitt now. They mention Brad Pitt, and who comes up crawling under? Angelina Jolie. Jolie told the New York Times that what the hell is happening? Yeah. Jolie told the New York Times that she had a negative encounter with Weinstein, in which he allegedly harassed her in a hotel room in the early years of her career. After the release of her film Playing by Heart, I had a bad experience with Harvey Weinstein in my youth, and as a result, chose to never work with him again and warn others when they did. Jolie told the paper, "This behaviour towards women in any field, any country, is unacceptable." Rosanna Arquette. Uh, it's from Rosanna Arquette. Arquette opened up about her own alleged experience with Weinstein to both the New York Times and the New Yorker. She said that Weinstein invited her to his hotel room to grab a script for a potential part. She found him, she said, in a bathrobe in his room. He pulled her hand towards his penis. No, hold on. That was the wrong part. I skipped a bit. She found him, she said, in a bathrobe. He asked for a massage, and when she tried to rebuff his advances, he pulled her hand towards his penis. Arquette claimed she pulled away and he told her she was making a mistake. Naming women that he supposedly slept with, she told the papers, "My heart was really racing. I was in a fight or flight moment." Arquette told the New Yorker of the experience. She says that her career took a hit after their encounter and that Weinstein was vindictive. He's going to be working very hard to track people down and silence people, she said, to hurt people. That's what he does. See, I've always thought of Harvey Weinstein as like, because he's like this big guy who's like famous in the movie business. I always thought of him as like a mobster. But now I just think of him as a sleazebag. Alright, there's, alright. One, I just have to check. What I'll do, scroll down. There we go, that's better. Then I can see how much time I got left and still read the article. Georgia split screen. Alright, this one's from Mira Sorvino. Sorvino won an Oscar for Mighty Aphrodite, a Weinstein film, in 1996. While promoting the film at the Toronto International Film Festival in 1995, she says that Weinstein harassed her in a hotel room. Jeez, he loves harassing people in hotel rooms, doesn't he? Giving her a massage, following her around the room. She told the New Yorker the actress left the room and told him it was against her religion to date a married man, as Weinstein was married at the time. After a few weeks passed, He then tried to come to her apartment in New York City. She said Sorvino told him her boyfriend... she said Sorvino told him her boyfriend was on his way over when Weinstein arrived, and he left shortly thereafter, according to her story. Sorvino eventually told a female Miramax employee about the encounters. The employee reacted with shock and horror. Sorvino said that she believes both turning Weinstein down and telling the employee hurt her career. There may have been other factors, but I definitely felt iced out, and that my rejection of Harvey had something to do with it. Huh. Okay. Cara Delevingne. Now this is weird because, like, she's British, but, like, she was in Suicide Squad and all that, but I didn't know that she would have had any, I didn't know she would have had anything to do with Harvey Weinstein, but, yeah. Alright. Model turned actress Cara Delevingne released a statement to reporter Yashar Ali, recounting her own alleged negative interaction with Weinstein. She said that early on in her acting career, Weinstein called her and asked her if she's ever had sex with any of the women she's been seen with, and told her that if she was gay, she'd never make it as an actress. What a fucking idiot. There are a lot of gay actresses out there, and he's like, oh, you'll never make it as an actress. Like, yes, he's this big Hollywood producer, but, like, what a fucking idiot. At a meeting years later, Delevingne claimed Weinstein boasted about sleeping with different actresses and then invited her up to his room. I quickly declined and asked his assistant if my car was outside, she said of the alleged incident. In the statement, she said, it wasn't and wouldn't be for a bit, and I should go into his room. At that moment, I felt very powerless and scared, but didn't want to act that way, hoping I was wrong about the situation. In the room, there was another woman, said the actress, and Weinstein encouraged them to kiss. She quickly left despite him trying to kiss her on the lips goodbye, said Delevingne. I still got the part for the film and always thought that he gave it to me because of what happened. She said I was so hesitant about speaking out. I didn't want to hurt his family. I felt guilty as if I'd done something wrong. I was also terrified that this sort of thing had happened to so many women. I know, but I don't. I know, but no one had said anything because of fear. Alright. I'm gonna have to make this a 3-part episode. Viola Davis. The Oscar winner released a statement on October 10 about Weinstein calling him a predator and telling victims of sexual harassment and assault that she is there for them. The predator wants your silence. It feeds their power and entitlement, and they want it to feed your shame. She said in statement, "Our bodies are not the spoils of war, a trophy to be collected to fuel your ego. It's ours. It doesn't belong to you. And when you take it without permission, it destroys like a virus." To the predators, Weinstein, the stranger, the relative, the boyfriend, I say to you, you can choose your sin, but you don't get to choose the consequences. To the victims, I see you, I believe you, I'm listening. That was a quick one. Now, this is a long one. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to make this episode into 3 parts. Because I got to go to the dentist soon, so I'm going to have to stop this one and then come back and then do it more. But, alright. I'll just see how far I can get with this Heather Graham article. Alright. Heather Graham. Graham added her name to the growing list of women who had opened up about alleged inappropriate encounters with Weinstein on October 10. In an article for Variety, she said in the early aughts, Weinstein called her and said he wanted her to act in one of his movies. He then told her that an arrangement with his wife at the time that Weinstein could sleep with other women when he was out of town. According to Graham, the interaction made the Boogie Nights star uncomfortable. She said there was no explicit mention that that to star in one of those films I had to sleep with him, but the subtext was there. He later invited her for a meeting at his hotel. Don't fall for the trap, Heather. She's going to fall for the trap. Yeah. Feeling nervous to go to his hotel alone, she invited a friend to accompany her. When the friend was no longer able to make it, she told Weinstein she couldn't either. Oh, smart girl. She never ended up acting in one of his films or spoke out about the alleged incident. It wasn't until Ashley Judd heroically shared her stories a few days ago that I felt ashamed. She said, "If I had spoken up a decade ago, would I have saved countless of women from the same experience I had, or worse? While I still feel guilty for not speaking up all those years ago, I'm glad for this moment of reckoning to the countless of other women who have experienced the grey areas. I believe you." Donna Karan. Now, I don't know who this is. A long-time friend of Weinstein, Karan initially... Sorry, just got interrupted there. minute. Alright. On a Quran, Quran or Korean, whatever. A long-time friend of Weinstein, Quran initially seemed to stand up for Weinstein in a video interview on the Daily Mail where she said that women might be asking for the treatment Weinstein is being accused of. You look at everything all over the world today and how women are dressing and what they asking by just presenting themselves the way they do. What are they asking for? Trouble? She said, however, later on she said her statements had been taken out of context and apologized to anyone she may have offended. My statements were taken out of context and do not represent how I feel about the current situation concerning Harvey Weinstein. She said, I believe that sexual harassment is not acceptable and this is an issue that must be addressed once and for all, regardless of the individual. I am truly sorry to anyone that I have offended and everyone that has ever been a victim. Alright. This is just a short one. And it's from Nathan Lane. Amid the allegation... I'm gonna have to stop this. I'm running out of time. But anyway, we'll continue it in the next part, because I'm gonna have to make it. I'm gonna have to do another one. Anyway, I'm Jimmy James. I don't give a fuck, and we'll continue this discussion on the next episode. The Jimmy James Show. The Jimmy James Show. The Jimmy James Show. Yeah. The Jimmy James Show. Yeah. The Jimmy James Show. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Jimmy James Show. Yeah. The Jimmy James Show. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Don't fuck with me. Yeah. The Jimmy James Show. You hear what I'm I don't give a fuck. I'm Jimmy James. I don't give a fuck if I'm thinking any name. I'm Jimmy James. I don't give a fuck about what you say. I'm Jimmy James. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. I'm Jimmy James. I'm Jimmy James. I'm Jimmy James. I'm Jimmy James.